U.S. taxpayers have given Israel $146 billion over the years. That's more money than we have given to any other country. Currently, we give Israel $3.8 billion in military aid every year, which works out to more than $10 million every day. For over half a century, U.S. funds, weapons, and diplomacy have sustained Israel's military occupation of Palestinian territory, an occupation that violates both international and U.S. law. Here is the amount of that $3.8 billion paid each year by Massachusetts taxpayers. And here is what those funds could be used for: health, education, jobs, food, and other urgent needs at home. Which is your congressional district? In proportion to its population, each district gives Israel between $11 million and nearly $18 million a year. See how that money could be spent at home. Israel has long been engaged in policies that are defined as crimes under international law: collective punishment, the confiscation of Palestinian land and water resources, settlement expansion, home demolitions, the excessive use of force, torture, the detention of children in military prisons, the lack of freedom of movement. The list goes on and on. In so doing, Israel is also violating U.S. laws prohibiting assistance to any country that engages in a pattern of gross human rights abuses and stating that U.S. weapons can only be used for self-defense. Growing numbers of Americans think U.S. aid should be conditioned on Israel's human rights record, a position supported by a considerable majority of the Democratic Party voters. Congress must stop treating the aid it gives Israel as a sacred cow that cannot be touched. Urge your congressional representatives to hold Israel accountable for its human rights record. Tell them we should fund domestic needs, not Israel's misdeeds.